Un abrazo
Thank
a
you
toda
so
esa
much.
fanaticada luchística que nos vean Lucha Libre Global. Estamos en Facebook, Instagram y YouTube. Tenemos por aquí a Payacumba, LRPX, Jeffra Darrett is here too. Tenemos por aquí. Y nuestra invitada de hoy es Adrian Diamond. How you doing, Adrian?
I am doing great. How are you?
Fine, fine, fine. Well, so people can know you a little bit better. Where are you from?
I am from Southern California, San Diego, California, and this is where I probably grew up and where I train and wrestle and all that.
Okay. What have been your time in wrestling? How many years so far?
Um, so I started amateur wrestling when I was about 13 years old, and then when I was 19, I got injured and took a hiatus from wrestling. Then when I came back, I was 25, and that's when I started my pro wrestling career.
Okay, okay. So heel or face?
Face, but I do
Yeah.
enjoy being heel.
Okay. I like a heel because to me, heel's a person who make the face look more good than you can imagine.
Yeah, I think heel work is fun. I think it's fun to be out there and be like a little bit more
Okay.
brutal.
Yeah, yeah. So Adri Diamond. You have three names, almost three names. Adri, Adrian, Diamond. Where did that name come from?
Well, my actual name is Adriana, and I didn't really want to go by that. And I always liked the singer Adrienne Bailan, and she was someone that I enjoyed listening to since I was like really little. So I was like, oh, I always liked that name too, and it's a pretty name. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that. You know, I spent hours like looking for just character names, because you know the ones that you make up when you're a kid,
Mhm.
they don't really sound good when you're older. You're like, oh, maybe I should not go by that. So I was trying to find something that was me. So then I was like, oh, well, I always like, you know, that singer, and I always liked her name. So I was like, you know what, Adrian. We'll go with Adrian, and then of course Diamond was no question. It's always gonna be
Okay.
Diamond. Yeah.
Oh my God. Sante 25, see here, Sante 20, 25, little girls, when they come to you saying, hey, I want a photo, I want your autograph, I want to be just like you when I grow up. How Diamond feels.
That that actually makes me so happy. It actually does. I do this, you know, for the women and the little girls, because you know, back when I was younger, and you watched wrestling, there wasn't a lot of women. And then, you know, even like growing up and doing amateur wrestling, where you're told, oh, girls don't wrestle. Oh, we're not gonna do this because you're a girl, or you can't do that because you're a girl. Blah, blah, blah. You know, you kind of have to fight through that. So when you're older, you know, like especially for me, like having to fight through like all the like that misogyny that I had to face with being a female in wrestling, um, being able to like pave whatever way, be able to like shine a light for like little girls to say, hey, if she could do it, I could do it too. You know, that's special to me. That's why women's wrestling, girls wrestling is so special to me, because I know what it's like to be on the other end where someone says, oh, you can't do this because you're a girl. You can't do this because you're a woman. Well, who said? Who said I can't do that because I'm a
Hmm.
girl or a woman? Like, what does that have to do with anything? You don't know my skill. You don't know my abilities. You don't know my heart. Like,
Yeah.
wrestling is something I live, breathe, and you know, it's my whole life. You know, it's the sport that's got me through everything. You know, when life kicks me down, wrestling is always here to pick me back up.
Yeah.
So, you know, this sport means a lot to me. And even more so, girls wrestling, women's wrestling, that's even more special to me. So yeah, I do this for the girls, I do this for the women. This is for us.
Girito, luchador is here. Fenry Wrestler 158 is here. You know what? I'm laughing because sometimes I interview male wrestlers that tell me that you, female wrestler, hit more harder than them. Yeah, that's what they say. Hey, I don't want to fight a female wrestler because they hit very hard.
Sometimes we can. I think, you know, well, there I think there's that thing where it's like, oh, they're men, they can take it, you know. But whatever I give, I expect to receive. So if I'm hitting someone hard and they're like, "Oh, that was a little hard," and then they hit me back just as hard or harder, then I'm like, you know what? I deserved it.
Oh my
If I could
God.
dish it, I could take it.
Okay. Is there been one time in your life that you experienced a hit so hard that you say, "Hey, wait a minute, this is too hard for me."
Um, I wouldn't. Honestly, I feel like I don't really like feel much in the ring, but there has been times where I'm like, oh, whoa, what was that? You know, there was one time where this other guy, we were in a rumble and he punched me square in the in the nose, and I just wasn't expecting it, and I was like, oh, and then I started bleeding a little bit, but I was like,
Ooh.
okay, well, let's just keep going. And then there was another time I was in a match, and then I got, I forgot to block, got kicked in the head, and I got my bell rung a little bit, but I was like, you know what, maybe I should have been did what I was supposed to do.
Oh my
But
God.
those I just took those as lessons, like just be ready, and when it happens, don't really be shocked, or like, whoa, just flow with
Yeah.
it.
Noro de Mora is here. Carrasquillo Mataran says, hello, guys. Kim Magic 05 is here too. So, are you an independent wrestler or do you belong to any wrestling company?
No, I'm an independent wrestler.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you could have your dream match, with whom you would like it to be?
Oh my goodness. I've thought about this since I was a little girl, and my dream wrestling match would be against the one, the only Trish Stratus, because she was my, like, the one female wrestler that I really looked up to, and she was, like, my favorite of all time growing up. She was the best. She was my favorite. I absolutely loved her. I loved her storyline with Lita. In my opinion, her and Lita, like in WWE, they're the two women that really like paved the way for women's wrestling. And I think that's incredible, and I love them. So if I could have a match with anybody, it would definitely be Trish Stratus.
Okay. Carrasquillo says, thank you, Carrasquillo. My brother, you're doing a great job. My respect to you. Thank you. Thank you, Carrasquillo. So, have you had the chance to meet either of these girls at a convention, something that you had the chance to tell her, hey, you know what? I'm a wrestler too. I want to wrestle you one day.
Unfortunately, not yet, but I'm
Okay.
hoping someday soon, or in the future when it happens. I think it'll happen eventually. I just
I really
haven't,
hope.
I've never been able to like go to conventions or like WWE shows, especially like growing up. My family didn't really have money, so I couldn't really go to like shows, and I didn't really know about the independent scene until like later on, as I got like way older. So that's when I found out, oh, I could actually go to like local shows. I could have done this the whole
Okay.
time, and they're pretty inexpensive. They're great places to take your family to, take them
Yeah.
to a wrestling show. Tickets are like $20, maybe less. Not bad. If I would have known that like years ago when I was a little girl, I would have hit up every single wrestling show in San Diego and maybe head up to LA for those too.
Maybe if they do some kind of convention apart from the WWE, it will be less expensive.
Maybe it's just getting out there, but one day soon, and then I'm older, I could.
Let's
I'm
cross
definitely
our
gonna put that on
fingers.
my bucket list. Later.
So, okay, Carrasquillo asked you, when she start in this business wrestling, can you repeat him? When do you start in this wrestling business?
So I started amateur wrestling when I was 13, and then I did that all the way until I was 19 years old. Then I got injured, walked away from wrestling, and then when I came back to wrestling, I started my pro wrestling career at 25.
Okay. Any title so far that you have win?
So far, no. Oh, yeah,
No.
actually, I was the first woman to win the SoCal Pro Summer Classic tournament. So that right there, I think that was a pretty good accolade right there. Being the first woman to do something, that is always
Okay.
special.
So when is going to be your next presentation? Where and when is you know it?
um, my next show should be, I think, maybe August 15th. I
If you
am
don't
doing
remember, there's no
something
problem.
August 30th. I am gonna be doing Kitsune August 30th. So that's gonna be in Los Angeles.
You already know who is going to be your opponent?
Yes, she is a wrestler named Lunith Stray, and she trains at Santino Bros, which is a really amazing school in Los Angeles.
Mal del Cash is here. I think that she's coming to Puerto Rico this August 7 in the ladies' night out. I think she's coming here. Maybe you can come here one day too.
Oh, you know what? I would love to one day. My goal is to wrestle everywhere, everywhere I can. I want to wrestle in, Mexico, Canada, Japan. I want to wrestle everywhere. That's my goal. Have a match every
Oh,
single place, every single country.
oh, that sounds nice. So if somebody wants to ask for your services as a wrestler, how can they find you on the social media?
You can find me at Adrian or Adri underscore diamond underscore here on Instagram, or you can find my TikTok, Adrian.diamond. And then you can also email me a torday, Torday, 11 at gmail.com.
Message for all your fans around the world.
Um, so the biggest message is if you love something, keep going for it. Don't stop. And, even though you're told no, or you can't do this, or you can't do that, keep going. Because, you never know where you're gonna go or wherever it's gonna lead you. And you know what, sometimes if you love it that much, maybe you're supposed to do it. So don't ever give up, don't ever lose faith, and keep trusting that things will work out.
And remember, you can be a man, you can be a woman, you want to be a wrestler, you can do it because the sky is the limit.
Oh yeah, the only person that can limit you is yourself.
That's
You
correct.
might hear some no's, you might hear some yeses, but yes, no's, whatever, as long as you keep pushing for it, a no could easily be turned into a yes. So just keep
And don't
going.
let nobody turn you off. Always go straight, straight, straight.
Just keep going.
Fer Cabrera González, José Dolores Maldonado Ochoa. So follow Adrian, Adri Diamond. Follow her on the social media. Message for all your fans around the world is keep on doing it, keep on working, never go back. Always
Yeah,
front, front, front. Mi gente Lucha Libre Global, síguenos en YouTube, síguenos también en Facebook e Instagram. Soon, part 2, another interview with you, Diamond.
yes.
Be prepared for part 2. I'm going to prepare this interview as soon as I put it on YouTube. I'm going to send it to you.
Awesome, thank you. I can't wait for
Okay.
part 2.
Yeah, have a nice day. I hope someday you can come to Puerto Rico.
You know what? One day,
Okay.
I'll
I
make it.
hope, yeah, I hope in Puerto Rico. Have a nice day.
Thank you. You too. Bye.